Hi everyone! On behalf of the team, I'd like to welcome you to this presentation on BP322, and that's the Bachelor of Youth Work and Youth Studies at the RMIT. The RMIT Youth Work program is the oldest and it's the largest in Australia. We have a proud history of teaching youth work stretching back over 40 years. Our current offering combines teaching in youth work and youth studies, and it's this program that I'll introduce to you today. I'd like to begin though by sharing a little about what youth work is. An important element of youth work is that youth workers recognise that we live in a world where young people often do not have the same rights as adults, where they may not have easy access to services and supports, and where they may be disempowered or their voices may not be readily heard. Youth work is thus understood as being about working with and for all young people and in a variety of settings to encourage young people's participation, amplify their voices, secure resources for them and helping them make decisions about issues that may affect them and ensuring that these decisions are respected. Whereas youth work is for all young people, those experiencing exclusion and disadvantage or living with personal challenges, such as young refugees, homeless young people, or those in state care, are often those who benefit the most from their youth workers. Importantly, youth work is also about advocacy and work within social and policy spaces with and for young people, with the aim of changing their worlds for the better. To this end, youth workers work in a variety of settings. These include schools, local governments, youth centres and services, child protection and youth justice, and also in government departments, making policy and designing services for young people. In the Bachelor of Youth Work and Youth Studies at the RMIT, we prepare you for this work. In the youth work component of the degree, you will learn essential skills for working with young people, such as building rapport and gaining trust. You will also learn to work ethically, do casework, and work with young people with complex needs, such as those who have been exposed to trauma. You will learn about policy, how it is made and how it shapes the lives of young people, and importantly, how you as youth workers can advocate for young people in policy spaces. In the youth studies component, you'll learn about how the life stage of youth is understood or misunderstood in different contexts and how young people live their lives. You'll consider young people's cultures, peers, families, relationships and social lives, as well as their access to and use of space and place. Importantly, in your degree, you will undertake 2 placements where you will work in the youth sector, choosing from a range of opportunities in order to put your learning into practice to gain experience and to network within the sector. Placements that students have done previously include those in local governments, schools, child protection, youth centres and programs, and specialist services, such as those providing support for young carers, homeless young people, and those facing challenges related to alcohol and other drugs. Students have also taken placements in Indigenous settings, interstate and overseas. And one example of this is students who worked on an urban regeneration program in Mumbai, India. If you'd like to join us in BP322, there are multiple pathways, including from the Diploma of Youth Work. If you have this prior qualification, you will receive 72 credit points, that's 6 subjects towards your degree. Otherwise, you can apply via VTAC or direct application to the RMIT, including with life and work experience. Google applying to the RMIT to find out more here.
Hello, my name's Tom and I'm an RMIT Youth Work graduate. In my time studying at RMIT, I loved the opportunity to connect with and learn from not only the academic staff, but my classmates, many of whom I now call friends and work alongside with in the sector. Since graduating, I've spent time in residential care and alternative education, including a stint running the biggest alternative education school in the country. Now, I have the pleasure of being back, drawing on my industry experience and teaching a new set of youth work students. It's incredible to be helping them to learn the skills that actually matter in the real world so they can make an immediate, positive impact on their communities and grow into the next generation of practitioners we're proud to work alongside with.
Hi, my name is Patrick and I'm a lecturer in the Bachelor of Youth Work and Youth Studies program. I've worked with people in a variety of different contexts, including schools, sport, out-of-home care and in advocacy roles. As a teacher at RMIT, I aim to create an environment in the classroom where students feel supported and are recognised for their knowledge, ideas and experiences. For me, learning is most effective when it is a collaborative process with students encouraged to explore new ways of thinking. Through my research, I explore ways that young people have experienced social and economic inequality in Australia in relation to work, housing and place. I'm currently working on two really exciting projects. Black Rhinos, a primary prevention approach, which involves the co-design of a basketball program to support the physical and mental health of young African Australians while building on existing social and community connections. I'm also working on a project that explores young people's experiences of BMX riding, particularly in relation to health, well-being, identity and education. As a former student at RMIT and now as a staff member, I've always been supported to follow areas that I'm passionate about and hope that as new students to RMIT, I can support you in the same way.
Hi, I'm Michael Emsley and I'm one of the lecturers in the Bachelor of Youth Work and Youth Studies degree at RMIT University. I teach into a number of courses across the degree. These include the first year courses, Youth Work 1 and Introduction to the Field, and Youth Studies 2, Representations and Research. I also teach into the second year course, Youth Studies 3, Identity, Relationships and Interdependencies, and the third year course, Youth Work 6, Ready for Life and Work. I bring over 30 years experience of studying, practicing, researching and teaching youth work to my role as a lecturer in the degree. And I thoroughly enjoy teaching and learning with the youth work students and supporting the students to be the best youth workers that they can be.
So thank you for listening to this presentation, and if you'd like to know more about BP322, the Bachelor of Youth Work and Youth Studies, then do have a look at the program site on the RMIT webpage. Google BP322 RMIT and you will find it. Or if you're hearing this on Open Day, then pop down to our table and have a chat with us there.